Hey guys, it's Sunday, and that means it's time for the Snark Lounge. And we got a great show for you tonight. First and foremost, I got a nice drink here my wife made me. Do you know what that is? Anyone want to take a guess on what that is? So, kind of looks like dishwater, doesn't it? So, I'll tell you guys later in the show what that is. So let's go ahead and bring some guests in, and we're going to get this party started. First and foremost, he's been on here before. You know him, you love him, the man, the myth, the legend. It is Captain Barnes. Welcome, sir.
Hey, what's up?
I'm digging the bokeh in the background, my friend.
Thank
you. Got your studio going there, and it's looking pretty spanky, man. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing really well, thank you. I'm in the middle of setting up a new space. I just got rid of the bed in this room so I can have a bit more room to play with my lights. So
There we
uh,
go.
this is the
Yeah,
first dry run.
got the pseudo studio Barnesy style going. I'm liking it. Definitely. I want to go ahead and bring in Captain Calibre Wings. How
Hey,
you
Jimmy.
doing, man?
Hey, Simon. I'm good. How are you?
Hey,
So, Calibre Wings is a awesome guy. I'm going to let him introduce himself in just a minute here. I also want to bring in a newcomer, but she's not a newcomer to the Snark Lounge. She's been in this side chat a bunch of times. It's Lucy.
Hi.
So,
Can you guys
Hey,
hear
Lucy.
me?
hey, let's see.
Can you
what are
hear
we
me?
drinking today, Lucy?
Coffee.
Coffee. There we go.
It's like
Got
4 in the
Guinness.
morning here.
Oh,
Got a little Guinness going on there. So
you're making
and
me
the,
feel tame with my water.
the mystery drink from Bunny.
I have a
Bunny
guess,
is
but I'll
sitting
let your
about,
audience go.
3 meters to my right here. So I want to give you guys a chance to introduce yourself. Simon, for those of you who are not familiar with your channel, tell the folks about yourself and your channel a little bit.
Awesome. Well, my name is Simon. My channel's name is Simon Barnes 2, and basically, my channel's kind of evolving into a channel where I see something on Facebook and get triggered and make a video about it. Because that seems to be the most recent topics I'm doing. I'm in the middle of responding to another stupid Facebook post I saw that I'm gonna put a video up later, and all of the posts are typically people saying dumb things about China that I disagree about vehemently. So if you enjoy that sort of stuff, take a look.
There we go. All right. So Calibre Wings, I met up with him not too long back in Shanghai. We shared a bowl of noodles together. Awesome guy.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and your channel, my friend.
Hey, thanks, Jimmy. Calibre Wings is my channel, and my name is Noel. Basically, what we do is we make accurate die-cast scale model aircrafts. So if you're into aviation, military jets, you can check us out.
Awesome. Cool. And Lucy, she's been in the side chat a billion times. She's an awesome lady. Tell us about yourself. And if you have a YouTube channel, we'd love to hear about it.
I do have a YouTube channel. It has a name that is ever changing, and it's basically just me bitching about my life.
There we go. Awesome. Well, guys, we're here tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about, of course, anything for a buck. Things we have done, may not have, should have, all in the appropriation of the almighty redback, greenback, blueback. Your, of course, flavor may vary depending on what country you're in. And of course, in China, there's no shortage of opportunities to earn legitimate or illegitimate buck here and there. Simon, I want to kick off with you, my friend. Have you ever done? And I'm going to let you tell the audience what this is if they don't know it. What, first of all, is a white monkey job?
Good question. So a white monkey is a horrible term for people who take jobs that are basically jobs that you will get only because you are white. They're the kind of jobs where you are afforded an opportunity to do something you're not qualified for or shouldn't be doing, so that you can make a quick, easy quai here in China.
There we go. All right. So sometimes we find these all the ways. I've taken a few of them. I'm sad to admit. I want to kick it off. Has any of you guys ever taken a job in China which was kind of So, Calibre Wings, Lucy, Simon, any of you guys ever take a job like that in China?
For me, my experience would be something in Hong Kong, actually,
Oh,
not in China.
I didn't realize we have those in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
My friend.
Well, it's not exactly a white monkey job. It's actually a job as a caretaker for a Thai restaurant. So what I was supposed to do is to go in there and help manage the place during lunchtime. It was done as a favor for a friend, but in the end, there was just too much animosity between the friend expecting too much out of me, and then me doing it as a favor for the person. So yeah.
So how did that end up?
end up being keep your money is good enough. We'll stay as friends. Let's not bring this up. Let's not hit this up. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I know I definitely have taken some, but I don't want to spill my all my good stories up front. Simon, what's your experience with this, my friend?
I was gonna share a different story, but actually I can jump off the back of Calibre Wings there and share a similar story. So a lot of what I was gonna talk about tonight was when I tried to start a video production company, and as it works out, when you're new to an industry or whatever, most of your clients are word of mouth, and a lot of them come by the way of friends and things to that effect. And so I ended up working with a friend for a friend of his, right, doing a promotional shoot for a party. And I wasn't actually able to shoot the event, so my friend went and shot the event, and I just ended up editing the video. And what I was instructed to edit the video to be was basically dirty as you can be. Make this look like it's a really sick party. Any ass shot, keep the ass shots and all that kind of stuff. Make it look like like something that people wouldn't necessarily go to for a high class sort of time. So I took the footage and I made it as dirty as I can and handed it in. And it turns out there was a massive miscommunication between us and the client, because the client didn't want to advertise this party as some sort of, shake your ass event. The client was actually trying to advertise the party to be, hey, look at us fancy people, right? And the massive issue was this was a friend of ours and their sister, so this was all in-house job, working with friends and family and things to that effect. And the second issue was that it wasn't a high-class event. It was a lot of people pouring wine into the mouth from a distance while they twerk in a pool.
Oh my!
And so the fallout of this was pretty horrible. The brother and the sister stopped talking. The money never got paid, and the client, who was a friend of our friends, they basically stopped hanging out afterwards too. It was it was a pretty shocking event all the way around, and also there was a lot of pretty nasty. Well, no, I wouldn't say nasty, but it wasn't exactly a job I would like to edit, right? And all of that for what? 500 kwai?
Oh man.
Wow, that's low.
Yeah.
That sounds
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think, if I may jump in, I think what most mainstream folks don't understand about creators and artists and photographers, videographers, the effort that is put in place for the shot, for the scene, knowing what to take for you that turns out nice. That's an art form that cannot be justified by a lowly, reimbursement. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So
So-
I am also a photographer, or at least I was in another life. And when you're first starting out, you do take those like very low paying gigs, or those non-paying gigs, or you're shooting for friends and family and all this.
Oh yeah.
And I've had a lot of experiences where I've shot for friends and they might throw me a little bit of money,
Sure.
but then they expect the sun, the moon, and the stars, and you do it because they're friends. But like my thing is, like, when I was first starting, I did a lot of wedding photography.
Yeah.
Because it's basically easy. You're just going to a wedding. Like, I like to second shoot. So you're going to a wedding and you're just kind of mingling and taking shots and stuff like this. And it's usually fun, but it's a lot of work on the back end. You're going through thousands of photos and you have to retouch every single one of them, And they don't understand, like, okay, I went to your wedding for 8 hours and I shot it. But then, like,
I've got
for the
4,000
next
photos.
month, yeah, exactly. For the next month, it's like me, my computer, a coffee, and like toothpicks for my eyeballs, So I get it.
And
There
the
you
spinning.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
So a couple comments here. Of course, we have Looks like Guilo's in the audience. So how about you, comrade? Is that actually Guilo? Or is that a fake Guilo?
I don't think it's
Doesn't seem
Guilo.
like Guilo
Yeah.
to me.
Nope.
So we got Burbeck's in the audience, who is going to give Lucy a buck if she tokes live. So
Are we allowed to do that on YouTube?
I don't know. Only a
I was,
buck.
Only
I
a-
was always told
Yeah,
that like you're not allowed to do that on YouTube. Like they freak
Yeah,
out.
I don't think you are, definitely. Someone is asking if Calibre Wings is American, and Burbeck says no, he's Singaporean. Is that correct?
Yes, I am a Singaporean. I'm from Singapore. Been in Singapore all my life until 2005 when I went to Hong Kong.
There we go.
Yep.
There we go. So someone's asking Lucy, does photography pay well?
It can.
Only the best.
Well, no, I mean it can. You know, wedding photography, it's really funny. I just like taking photos. Like I just
Same here.
enjoy it for the art, you know? And
Yeah.
so I once shot a wedding for a friend, and it was a special needs couple. They had found love,
Okay.
and but they didn't have a whole lot of money.
Okay.
And I was like, well, everyone should have memories of their wedding.
Oh,
You
sure.
know what I'm saying? Like, and so I was like, of course, you know, and they gave me what they could, and it was like $500, fine, and I did it, and I got some of my best wedding photos out of that shoot. So
That's
you know,
so
it was a
sweet.
win-win. It was a win-win.
So, but as far as stories, Lucy, I really would love to hear your Volkswagen story. She has a wonderful Volkswagen story, which I think if we really ask her nicely, she may share with us.
Which one? I've had 3.
Wow.
Three. You've got more than one? Okay. You were telling me one, and I didn't know about the other, so the one you were telling me was wonderful.
You're gonna have to, like Burbeck said, I smoke a lot of pot, so you're gonna have to give me a little bit more than that, Jimmy.
You gotta be more specific.
Yeah, which
You were telling me something about how the car was broke down and you had to, the brakes weren't working or something, or...
okay, so I have a car that the brakes aren't working. Are you talking about the time that the car broke down on the side of the road?
It may have been.
And I had to like MacGyver my way? That one?
It may have been. You've told me this. It's been a while. I've slept since then, so I didn't realize you had more than one Volkswagen tail.
I have many Volkswagen.
Oh my!
I think the one that you're talking about. So the car, the Beetle that I currently have.
Uh-huh.
I was driving. It was right around Christmas, and I had gotten my boyfriend a guitar, and I was
Uh-huh.
trying to surprise him, and I needed to go up at night while he was at work to put it under his bed to hide it.
Okay.
'Cause we weren't able to see each other on Christmas that year. And so I'm driving, it's really late at night, it's cold, and I'm at a stoplight in the middle of nowhere. The light turns green, I hit the accelerator to go, and the pedal just goes to the floor, but the car doesn't go anywhere.
Oh no.
And I was like, oh, that's not good. And so I got out, I start pushing the car. The nice thing about Beetles is they're really light, so you can push them by yourself.
That's true.
And so there happened to be a gas station right there. And so I pushed it into the parking lot, and I have a book. It's like How to Keep Your Volkswagen Alive. It's written by some hippie.
Yeah.
And so I look in this book, and it's like it says something about the accelerator cable and being busted, and I was like, no. And so I get down in there and where the pedals are, and I'm looking around, and sure enough, the accelerator cable had snapped. But I could still see like the end of it, like the frayed end.
Yeah.
And so I went into the gas station, and I bought like a small toolkit with some
Okay.
pliers in it, and I ended up using this ring,
Oh no.
and I had a crystal that was like hung with some metal wire, and so I
Okay.
took it off, and I was able to like finagle the wire and pull the accelerator cable and like connect it with some with my ring and some wire, enough so that I could get it up to where I was going and then get it fixed the next morning by a mechanic.
Wow.
That was one.
That's impressive. Well, congratulations on a good job on the
super
road. Wow.
Thank you.
So
Amusingly, a lot of men stopped to help me. And then when I was like, oh, yeah, like, could you just help me? Like, I'm trying to do this. They were like, oh, no, man. Like, I don't know about that. And I was like, oh, you're useless. A woman stopped to help me. And she was like, let's get this done. And so she helped me. Because I needed someone to pull the cable so that I could connect it. I couldn't do it by myself. So it was great.
Wow.
Power of women.
That's pretty awesome. Well, as far as my white monkey jobs are concerned, I have had a little bit of experience in this. I was once asked to play the role of a Microsoft executive at the Windows 10 opening in Dongguan, which is June of 2015, which is ironic because Windows 10 didn't even release until July of 2015. So they give me a PPT of things to say, which they had written in Chinese, translated into English, and then they were translating live into Chinese at the event.
Oh, a shit show.
And so the language, as you can imagine, was just atrocious. And so I'm trying to stumble through this, all while wearing a bow tie, like a Doctor Who bow tie, because that's what they gave me. Because we all know that Microsoft executives always wear a Doctor Who bow tie. Absolutely. And it was just a complete, as you say, crap show. And at the end, I'd asked them in advance how much they were going to pay, and they told me $6,000. I kind of assumed it was 6,000 since they're going through all this thing, and it was like a 2-day thing. No, I got 600 kwai out of that.
Oh,
that was just atrocious, to say the least. So he says, did Microsoft hire after that? No, no, he did not. Urbex wants to know, what tattoos does Lucy have?
Are we stripping tonight?
I should not for at least a very good super chat. We need a good super chat. Of course, I think that technically.
Okay. Wait, what am I wearing? Oh no, I'm decent. Hang on a second. I can show you them. Hold on.
Only on the live stream.
Only on the live stream. So
I got one to keep my pants on.
So Burbex is really interested in tattoos.
Okay, so we have where the wild things are.
Cool.
Oh wow!
Now I will say, like Max is here, and then all the wild things are like they go around.
Oh yeah.
Oh nice.
Cool. That's very cool.
And of course, after I got it done, I realized that the wild thing should have been way bigger than him. But whatever.
It's not the skill.
Right. I have the missing piece from the missing piece meets the Big O.
Oh, nice.
I have a camera. There's also a heart in there. That the heart was a wedding band, but then that marriage ended, so now it's a camera.
Oh, nice.
I have the. Okay, so does anyone know what this is?
It looks.
Nope.
Come on.
I don't know.
Really? Come on.
If anyone knows what it is, put it in the side chat. Put it in the side chat. If anyone knows what that is.
Is it like the medallion, the Jackie Chan movie?
Oh no. Go back a little further. Go back to your childhood.
Childhood. Goonies?
Close. We're getting
close.
Same time frame.
See, I was gonna say something from Shel Silverstein, but I know I'm wrong.
Big Trouble in Little China. Oh no, was that?
Oh no.
Is that right? No?
No. Come on. Really? Yes.
Really?
Straya Guy got it. Straya Guy got it.
Never-ending story.
The orange from the Never-ending Story.
Nice.
Wow.
And then I have I have like stars that start here
Oh wow.
and they go
Wow.
all the way down to my hip. Let's see here. I have. So this one says jamais, which means never in French.
Okay.
Oh.
And this one says navzigda, which means forever in Russian. I have a heart on the back of my neck. I have something on my knee. I have something on the top of my foot. I have something on my ankle.
Wow.
Yeah.
You've definitely got to.
And now I'm freezing.
And now you're freezing, yes. So I like Straya's comment here. He says Burback is not only interested in tattoos, but stripping too.
We
So-
I'm not
all know-
shy. I
we
mean,
all know
I'll
that
do
about
it,
Burback.
but you know.
There we go. Lucy's doing it for free. Somebody give that lady a super chat. So
Yeah. Like,
definitely. So someone says that we're all getting excited, especially Calibre.
How is that so?
Nice. Nice.
His skin.
So, Calibre, what do you now? I know you're full time doing your models, but how
Yep.
does that work out? How does someone get a hold of your models, and does that actually pay good?
Well, if anybody's interested in looking at what we have, it's available on our website, calibrewings.com, and we also have our stuff on Facebook/Calibre Wings.
There we go.
So I basically go to the factory 5 times a week. Well, every day of the week. Going there to do inspection on the progress of the 3D models, the prototypes, the test shots, production, everything. Yeah, the whole 9 yards.
There we go. So,
Yep.
hey, Patrick Freeman's in the side chat here. He's saying
Hey, Patrick.
an Egyptian symbol. Nice. So, for those of you who have not checked out Patrick Freeman's channel, I think he's in Chongqing, if I'm not
Chongqing.
mistaken.
Yes.
So
He
He,
loves
makes-
to eat all the strange stuff in China.
yeah,
Good on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a video of his not too long ago where he was sitting on a bunk bed. So why not? So Simon, what other interesting opportunities have you had in China to make a buck?
yeah, so this one's probably it's not a true white monkey story as yours would be, Snarky, but I always recommend to take a deposit, take half payment up front, because I've had more than one client run out on me. But now I'm going to say something I might piss off a few people, but it's not necessarily true to everyone. I had a training center job where I taught English. Now, I don't want to say training center jobs are white monkey jobs, because the vast majority of them are very legitimate organizations. But what I realized after being with the training center for a while is that they didn't necessarily care about me or what I taught or what I did or dressed or said or anything to that effect, because after being there for long enough, I clued onto the fact that we were literally just there to dance in chains like little monkeys. And the moment that I realized this, we got a new staff member, a foreign girl from America who studied Chinese at university in China. So
Yeah.
the local staff were not aware that her Chinese was fluent. And so she walks into the new class, and there's some parents there, and there's some children there, and the PA, the progress advisor, says to the parents in Chinese, and this is why it's so horrible. The girl, by Chinese standards, was not a good-looking girl. I thought she was plenty cute, but by Chinese standards, that's not. She wasn't the typical image they have of a foreigner, right? And so she walks into the classroom, and the PA says, "Don't worry, if you don't like her, we'll just get a new one." And not knowing that the girl she was talking about understood her entirely. And it was at that point in time that I realized this particular training center I was at was probably, as easy as the work was and as much free time it allowed me to pursue other avenues, it's probably not the sort of establishment I wanted to work for. If I'm going to be dancing on a chain like a monkey, I want to at least get a proper paycheck out of it at the end of the day, right? And so it wasn't long after that I tried to take the video thing full time. And so my advice on that
believe
story
they call
to
that a
you.
rodeo clown, my friend.
Oh, a rodeo clown? Is that the difference? There you go.
Yes, I think you were officially a rodeo clown.
Oh, mate. That sounds like one step up from White Monkey in terms of derogatoriness, if that's the word.
No kidding.
Yes, definitely. If you're ever working in an environment that you think is legit, where you think you actually have an impact on people or whatever, or that your job matters, look for signs like that. It's a dead giveaway. You should be getting out and looking for new employment.
Yeah, no kidding, man.
I
No
have
kidding.
a similar story.
Go for it.
It was also a training school.
Okay.
When I went to China and to teach, originally I taught at an international kindergarten, but then I moved to a different city, and I thought that I was getting a job at another international kindergarten, and so I was like, okay, but then it turned out to be a training center, and I'd never taught at a training center, so it's a whole different structure. You know, you only have a couple hours, this kind of thing. And we had to do demos to get, like, they would shuffle all these, they would go around the mall and they'd like suck people in to get a demo, which is basically just free childcare for half an hour.
Sure.
You know, while they're doing their thing. And I don't agree with the way that some training centers handle English teaching, because I don't think it's very effective.
Yeah.
Really, you're literally jumping around, just repeating words. It's good for like maybe basic vocabulary, but not actual, like, anyways. So I had this job and they tried paying me like routinely. They would come up to me on payday and they would be like, because they paid us all in cash. That should have been my first. Like,
that's
that should have been my first like red flag. And routinely, the owner would try and pay me half my salary. And I told him, okay, I'll take half my salary, but instead of teaching the whole class, I'm only going to teach half of it. And you're going to have to explain that to the parents. That's your thing, not mine. And he didn't like it. And what ended up happening is he ended up paying the other foreign teachers less, and they took it. And I was like, well, that's fine for you, but I'm not doing this. And eventually I ended up leaving the job because it was bull poop.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but they expect you to just you're just there because you're white. You know, and that really bugged me. And I do not fit the bill for normal American, you know. And so it was difficult. There was another gal that worked there that visually fit the bill for what they were looking for, but she wasn't a native English speaker, and she also showed up at work drunk all the time. So I kind of got the gist of what they were looking for, and that wasn't me, so I left. So
bet you she got paid full.
Yeah.
Got a couple of comments here. Burbeck says Straya loves it when he strips. There we go. So, and Mr. Jerry Good is in the house. Jerry.
Hi Jerry.
China. So, as they say, the math and what is it? I like this comment. The legend and weasel hunter of weasels, far and beyond. So, also we have in the house Patrick Freeman. We mentioned him earlier. Now it's funny. He's in Chongqing, and I actually had an experience which would have been in Chongqing. I got an offer to be as a dentist, if you will, working for the ADA, the American Dental Association, and they wanted me to give a short speech in Chongqing. And the funny thing is kind of ironic because most of what I know about dentistry I learned from a Don Knotts movie. So, Shakiest Gun in the West, if you guys ever seen that. So, which is even more ironic because my teeth actually have more holes and cavities than a block of Swiss cheese. And so they want me to go, pose there. So they're asking me to do this job and they're trying to fit me with a stethoscope. And I'm like, I think only doctors wear those little stethoscopes around their neck. Like, oh no, dentists do it too, and they kept
No,
on
dentists
pushing me.
wear
No.
the light.
And
Yeah.
you know, so it was one of those things. You basically show up and they have the comic, oversized pair of scissors, to cut the ribbon. And again, the whole job was only supposed to pay 400 RMB, so I ended up passing on that, which is probably a good thing. So, yeah, that was kind of, yeah. So what's this? Oh, got a list coming. Weasels are cool. My friends has them as pets.
They are pretty great pets.
There we go.
They
So, Jackie in the Middle is in the stream. Some of you guys know Jackie in the Middle is the Wuhan Laowai. He was covering a lot of Wuhan during the coronavirus outbreak. So,
I'll be right back.
I'll be right here.
We'll be right here.
Dentists are great. My old business made loads of money. There we go. So did you guys ever have any offers to do anything really crazy that you just didn't do? Calibre, have you had any funky offers like that in China?
Definitely not for me. Just do my own stuff. Yeah.
Just do your own. So, what's that model behind you, by the way? What is that?
Oh, it's a F-14 that I just made. It's brand new. So
really, what's special about that F-14?
It is a Robotech version.
Okay.
So it's what we call the monochrome. It has a two-tone camouflage. This is a full die-cast metal model. It's fully assembled.
Nice.
So yeah,
very cool.
That's what it is.
So how much does something like that cost?
$150 US.
150 US?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound too terrible.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
So nice. So Kirk is asking, how about companies doing shows for schools? Looks like a transform. Oh, he's talking about the model. So Simon, I know you work for a kind of funky. So did you ever have that with the schools doing the promotions they kind of force you into doing?
Yeah, I've done a few promotions for schools, but none of them were ever necessarily illegitimate beyond the fact of them saying, hey, by the way, on Monday you're going to this place. And in fact, most of the time it's perfectly okay because there's some sort of charity event for children and hard to reach or disadvantaged areas and things to that effect. But I was going to say, I never thought about it until you asked the question specifically about being offered a job that you didn't take. When I was thinking about White Monkey Jobs, I was thinking about jobs I've done. A job that I was once offered is supremely strange. To give you a little bit of context, I'm about 1.72 m. That's 5'8" for our American friends, and 60 kilograms. So I'm not a big guy. I'm not well built. I don't have a lot going on in that regard. But I was once seemed to be very seriously offered in Shanghai a position at a bar where only topless waiters served.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And here's the thing. It sounded like a lot of fun. Take your shirt off, dance around, give people drinks. That's the sort of thing I would have been up for back in the day. The issue is I was really concerned about the fact that what if one of my students' parents walks to this establishment and there's Mr. Simon with his top off, shading his little thing and serving drinks. I can't talk about the legitimacy of the offer, but it was certainly a table discussion, and I did take it to my peers to talk about it. Don't imagine it would have been the sort of thing I would have received a tax receipt for.
No, I imagine not. Is this one of the things you have to wear, like the little bow tie and no shirt, and the little cuffs,
exactly that sort of thing.
Chippendales.
I have a suspicion that the lady was just kind of sweet on me, and that's why she was offering. Because as I said before, I'm not exactly topless waiter material, right? So
forget Magic Mike. It's Magic Simon.
Honestly, it still sounds like a good time. I just unfortunately take my career too seriously to put that to take those same chances I may have in my younger days.
There we go. Got a couple comments. Jerry says, I was once made up as a Chinese dude once for a watch promo. That was a super odd as they chose me for a promo because I look like a tall English-speaking Chinese warrior. I was shocked.
That's so odd.
One training school I worked at asked me to do placement tests for participants in a van parked outside a middle school. Yeah, that's kind of creepy, when you ask students, "Hi, would you like to get in the van so I can evaluate you?"
Several layers of concerns there.
That just says creepy all over the place. So
No. Unless you're going to a soccer game, children probably should be going into vans.
Yes,
that
probably wouldn't be good. Definitely not. So Straya Guy, so I mostly teach confidence class workshop. I do various acting jobs while abroad. So I assume we're talking about the level of difficulty here, not to something never mind. So you never know with these comments, right? So definitely not. So, Calibre, I'm curious, before you got into models, what were you doing, man?
All right, so before I was into models, I was still in the same collectibles industry. So I came to Hong Kong in 2005 to be part of an e-commerce website, and we actually sell action figures. So from then on, I went into licensing and production. The company I was working for did licenses in Transformers, Batman, The Dark Knight, Robotech, and then we did that for a few years. And then when the company finally, the boss decided to go back to Canada, so I came up to sell my own gig as Calibre Toys. So I find it difficult competing with the big boys in terms of licensing of collectibles for these kind of big names. So that's when I fell back into what I was doing when I was a teenager, which was basically plastic scale modeling. So that's when Calibre Wings came about.
Very cool.
There we go. Nice. Burbex tells us, I had to play a CEO giving a presentation and ad once. They didn't care what I said, just talk passionately. So I started to wave my arms and Bohemian Rhapsody. They loved it.
Burbex has talent for such, theatrics.
Yes,
That is.
From his
I wish
videos.
you could have seen it.
So, Chris, I earlier played Abraham Lincoln once. I'm not sure how that would go. That's interesting. Jackie tells us 10 years ago I was selling those Nintendo DS cards for like 50 games on it for 50 pounds each. Each dodgy business always makes lots of money. There you go.
Yeah, but you saved so many people money, man. I was one of them.
Yeah.
Do you know that regarding those games, there's currently consoles being sold in China, whereby they actually cram in 1,000 of those arcade games that you find in the arcades back in the day.
Like the old
Everything's there. Yeah, you can find everything in that arcade for about.
How can you fit 1,000 games in one of those?
Yeah, you can.
They're so basic.
Yeah,
That's
basic,
great.
and the size is small.
Yeah.
So yeah.
We actually, so I have the Nintendo. You know how they came out the little mini Nintendo, like they look like the old school original.
I have one of those.
I have one of those, and it's super fun to play the games that I grew up with. And I don't have to blow in any cartridges. It's really nice. It just works.
Yeah. Every year I have to replay the original Mega Man series
Right there.
because.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Oh damn!
what I
Yeah,
have.
nice.
Yeah,
So cool.
this thing is like amazing. It's like this big. So,
It's itty bitty.
I mean, it's like literally as big as a sandwich.
You can put it in your bag and just go.
I've heard you can actually change out the games on here too.
Could be a Jumanji setup.
I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what I've heard. So,
Imagine you could probably hack it.
oh, here we go. Simon says, "I'll get a tram stamp just so I can give you a private show." There we go. Nice. So
You got my WeChat.
there we go. I love to see that. So I had this PS1 Game Shark and module added in the back and had 300 games. Amazing.
Nice.
So Patrick says I had a legit offer to do voiceovers to the largest animation company. That's cool when it's legit.
Very cool.
That is super awesome.
I think
I wish
Patrick
I
actually
had
do voiceovers, right? He mentioned he was doing voiceovers. Patrick.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. So that's good. Yeah.
Voiceover is amazingly fun work, but it's so difficult. Jimmy, Snarky, you do a really good job with it actually in your narration videos.
I actually want to do some more of those. Burbeck's had a wonderful idea, and I'm thinking I'm gonna follow. I'm taking him up on it. He was suggesting I do true taxi cab confessions, where I have someone in the cab and we have like a confessional as we're driving along, and then like outside views occasionally. I think that'd be kind of cool. Definitely.
Definitely.
So, but as far as crazy jobs, I think the most crazy one I had was I had an offer to play Bill Clinton's illegitimate brother. Straight up. I was offered this again when I was living in Dongguan. Someone offered me to pay me 600 RMB, which is about $100 US, if I would go and pose as his illegitimate brother for some, I don't even know what the business was, just kind of go there and hang out. But they even had a name for me of James Carter. And I'm like,
oh, really?
Wasn't that the name of Chris Tucker's character in Rush Hour?
Yeah, James. Yeah, that's right. Jackie Chan and
I'm like,
Chris Tucker.
For only 600 RMB, I'm gonna pass, guys.
So was it like an acting thing, or was it or were you trying to convince the client that you actually were?
I think they just wanted me to hang out. Just to hang out with some people and kind of rub elbows with some people and oh yes, I'm Bill Clinton's illegitimate brother and
networking.
And out there, definitely. So I love the all caps. So I think it was called Bob.
Bob Clinton.
Patrick says I've done some decent independent authors books. There you go.
Oh, cool.
Bob Clinton. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything. I actually have no idea. I don't know much about Clinton, to be honest.
Oh, Ricky Bobby.
There we go. Ricky Bobby. There we go. So, Lucy, have you ever been offered any weird jobs when you were in China that you did not take?
I'll be honest. When I was there, I know a lot of people go and they teach English so that they can kind of fund their travels. And so when they're not teaching, they're kind of off everywhere. When I was in China, because I was a teacher before I went to China.
Yeah.
And so I took it was more like just like life. Like I was working and I had dogs and, on the weekends I would do my laundry and I go around the park and and this kind of thing. And so I had I had employment and I had enough money. So the only thing that really came close to it was the training school that I worked for. They were doing like English competitions. And so like you go to a mall or something, I had to judge one of these things. And I thought it was legitimate, but then I realized, oh no, I'm just here because I'm white. So it was something like that. But I took it seriously, but I realized, this isn't legitimate. So I might as well just have fun with it, that kind of thing. But
sure.
Yeah.
There we go. So I suppose I did have a legitimate job. They asked me to play Santa Claus a couple of years ago. And, mind you, I am a chubby guy who likes to laugh a lot, and I have a little white in my beard, so I guess I could play the part, right?
It works. Why not?
It does. The problem is they gave me a costume that just didn't quite fit.
Ouch.
And, I'm thinking, shouldn't the jolly fat man have a red suit that fits?
Was it too tight?
It was the coat was okay, but the pants ended up being kind of like leggings. Okay.
Lovely.
So, yeah, I can understand you don't really want your child to sit on a big dude with fuzzy red leggings, right?
Sorry.
Doesn't the elves have the leggings?
Yes, the elves have leggings, but Santa probably shouldn't be wearing the leggings, And so I'm sitting there the entire time, and not one, I kid you, not one kid would get on my lap. Not one. And
Oh,
some
yeah.
parents are trying to put them on there, and they're like, they're struggling all over it. Just they're going nuts.
Really?
Oh no.
So
Oh,
of course,
no.
I'm trying to brighten the mood. So I made a joke halfway through that they should have like one of those little, disposable toilet dispenser things, wax paper you put on my lap so they can have a Santa experience, And I made the situation much worse, unfortunately.
Oh no.
And they're looking at me like, "What's wrong with you?" And I'm like, "What's wrong with me? You put me in fuzzy red tights, man."
Yeah.
Were they were they actually tights or did they just not fit you?
They were just pants. They were
just
stretchy pants, okay?
Oh,
and
okay, yeah.
there's a little more snarky around the middle of the love, of course. And so these things just didn't fit. They were like skin tight, and I don't have to. You have to use your imagination to imagine how everything's fitting.
Yeah, contoured.
Yeah, contour. That's a nice way of putting it. And it was just so uncomfortable. And then at the end, they're like, "We're not sure we want to pay you," and I'm like, "You're gonna pay me." Oh, you're gonna pay me.
600 kwai?
No, I think I end up getting like 1,200 kwai out of that one, or 11 or 1,200 kwai. So, but Straya says the leggings are bad, but nobody forced him to wear the high heels. That was oh man. So we've officially went there. Definitely.
The high heels from Mrs. Claus.
I was, Lucy was talking about the kindergarten, and some of you guys know I actually had to do a stint in a kindergarten myself. That was not fun. This was me in the Chinese kindergarten.
So, what was your ailment, Timmy?
Well, they were trying to pose to the parents with all these little kids, and so I didn't know what else to do, so I faked a heart attack.
Oh, okay.
My favorite one, though, is the one little boy is giving another boy a shot as he's checking my heart.
Oh, yeah.
So
you gotta keep your doctors healthy.
That was definitely one of the highlights. But working in a Chinese kindergarten is not for the faint of heart.
I like the two little doctors checking your bowel movements with their stethoscope.
Yeah, not good, right? Bowman's asking me, what's in the drink? I think Bunny's in the comments somewhere. She can probably put. Doesn't that look like dishwater?
Is it
golden milk?
Ginger tea?
No.
Is it turmeric?
It's some sort of funky chicken soup.
Okay.
Bunny makes this chicken soup, and she uses a whole chicken. Every part of the chicken goes in that soup, and a whole bunch of other things.
Yeah.
So
chicken soup sounds delicious, but I'm not sure I'd drink it from a mug.
Yeah, it's the Hong Kong thing. It's pretty good. Okay. Hey, Walkabout Rojo is in the house. I made it. Hey. Monkeys. So, Walkabout Rojo, he was out tonight, and I guess he just got back. There we go. So, what is this? Caring? Come on, pear tea. There we go. Why not?
This is good.
There we go. So, does anybody else have any funky Calibre? Is there any other funky jobs you've had over the years, my friend, other than models? How about in Singapore?
No, I was basically, from my education days. After that, I was drafted into the national service. Oh, so funky job. Okay, so after the national service, I came out. I was actually into insurance sales. So I was doing insurance sales for about a year and a half.
Like life insurance?
Yeah, life insurance, general insurance, everything. Yeah, so zero sales throughout my time.
That could be shady.
So I went to sell my toys.
Yeah.
On eBay,
fair enough.
The rest is history.
Oh,
there you go.
Yeah.
Walkabout's very cool. It was a good night. I'm wondering if you had a good night. Walkabout. I'm gonna drop this right here in the chat. If you want to come tell us about your night, I'm interested to hear about, because he sounds like he had an interesting night. He was telling me some stories over WeChat earlier. So I'm dropping the link in the side chat. If you guys have any questions, this is your opportunity to come in. We have about between 5 and 7 minutes of the show left. So if you guys have any questions for anyone on the panel, or you just want to, show your face on the internet, just for funsies, this is your opportunity. Beyond that, I am fortunate that I have not had any white monkey jobs offered to me. I think they're fewer and far between in Shanghai than they were down in the dirty D of Dongguan. So, but
Dirty D.
that was what I was wondering though, Simon, down there in Shenzhen, do they have? I mean, is it different than Shanghai as far as jobs are concerned, or is it about the same?
I think Shenzhen's industry is pretty booming. So I think the opportunity or the people looking for those dodgy opportunities might be maybe within Shenzhen proper, not out into the provinces, but they're probably not looking. They don't require the same white monkey salesman they used to, right? And so
that's probably a good thing.
Yeah. But if you take a few steps out into where you spent a long time, Jimmy, there's probably quite a few more opportunities.
Yeah, Dongguan was famous for factories and prostitution, neither of which I was interested in. So,
fair enough.
Straya Guy is in the house.
Straya.
Hey.
Right.
So, Straya, save us from ourselves, my friend. So, what I know you now. He has got software makes him right side up because he's upside down in Australia right now. So
Yeah.
just so everybody knows.
Didgeridoo. Using that Australian didgeridoo. That's what makes it go the right way around.
Ooh.
Ooh, the didgeridoo.
Didgeridoo.
Can you actually play that?
No, I cannot play it, but all Australians, we own didgeridoos. That's a fact.
Of course.
Don't let anyone tell you any different.
I have a didgeridoo.
Carry around in your back pocket, So,
Exactly.
hey, Jamaica Funk is in the house. He says, I never get offered those things. I probably wouldn't take them anyway. Probably a good thing. So, Dongguan is the fact. Yes, it is. That's true. One good thing I can say is I think there are fewer and fewer of those jobs becoming available as China becomes more mainstream, civilized. Pick your aphorism there, because there's more and more people. I mean, they're probably going to recognize that I am not Bill Clinton's illegitimate brother. Or that I do not belong to the American Dental Association, etc., etc. Straya, have you been offered any funky jobs, my friend?
I pretty much, while I was in China, a lot of things that I did, I came over, as was mentioned earlier, some people don't travel over to, get jobs and all that. I had money when I came over there. A lot of it got taken from my ex. That's a different story, though. But I kind of picked up a lot of jobs, more of both a hobby and just to build my, I guess, resume as far as acting and that goes. And I've picked up everything from going and pretending to be people I'm not, as long as it didn't, conflict with my own personal morals. But even some of the weirdest things I've done, I once got picked up for going into McDonald's. I went there, I signed a sheet, they went and got me a large Big Mac meal. I ate it in front of this little tripod with a camera. And then afterwards, they said, yeah, we've got all the data we need. Gave me, I think it was 600 kwai to eat a Big Mac meal. I have no idea.
And a Big Mac, yeah, come on.
Dude!
The magic number is 600 kwai.
Yeah, that seems to be it, isn't it?
It seems to be like the going rate for these things, definitely.
Exactly. And I mean, I've got no problem doing these kind of things. Like, back when I lived in Korea, I used to, remember Baby Shark became big? Well, that started from King Kong in Korea. I was doing that in front of crowds of like 600 people, and I loved it. Like, I love just getting up there and doing stupid stuff. But
were you just singing it, or doing pantomime?
Yep, everything. I was up there in a little, I guess, shark outfit. I love my outfits. But I think the important thing I found was, if you do all these things, I guess the big difference for me when you become that white monkey or not is when you sell out your morals. I mean, if you're a vegan and you eat a beef burger for some money, or like you're an activist and you do, that's where you draw that line, I think. And you've got to understand in your own mind, am I doing this just for money, or am I doing this for a different reason, or am I going against my own morals when I do it? And that's a big thing.
There's a great question. Baby Shark originated in Korea, right?
I believe at least the ping pong version that made it trendy did
Yeah.
it. So it might have been like an old wives' tale type thing from Germany or something. I don't know. But ping pong, the company, like how in China everyone uses Super Simple for like all of their English songs. Yeah, in Korea, ping pong is a big company for doing English learning. So they just took it off, and then everyone got hold of it, and it became this trend. 2010 maybe it was, or 2013.
Jeez.
It was
You
pretty
say
early.
trendy, I say weapon of mass destruction.
I've been singing Baby Shark in preschools for ages.
Yeah.
It's funny because I actually really like that song, and it's a really fun like finger play for children. It's actually really fun, and so when that whole thing went on, it was very like. And people get annoyed with the song because you hear it all the time, and it's like, but it's fun, and they kind of ruined it by popularizing it like that. You know, I don't know. That's how I feel about it.
I don't know though. The only thing with Baby Shark is once it gets in your head, you can't get it out. It's just like it's there.
No.
It's just like constantly. But
Compared with bananas in pajamas.
yes.
Oh, I remember Bananas in Pajamas.
They love it a bit.
So
I
Was
sang
it
that
a
song all day by choice.
Yangley says, "I dig Lucy style." Yes, I do too.
Thanks.
That was a.
Thanks.
See all those tattoos. Man.
Greg is sitting there eating his candies, and he's a diabetic.
I've got my big bowl today.
No, okay.
Halloween's
Wait a
over,
second.
you know that, right?
Wait a second. I got a beef with this whole like let's talk crap about diabetics eating candy. Okay? I am also a diabetic.
Oh,
All right.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, it pisses me off when people get on me about what I'm eating. It's like, you know what? You don't know what my body's doing inside. Maybe I need candy.
That's
Maybe
true.
I'd take it. Maybe,
Right.
you know what? Maybe I'd like to feel like a normal human being. And I'd like to have a slice of damn birthday cake at someone's birthday. Or my
Oh,
own
yeah.
birthday. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I
And
guess
we
I don't know.
under-
I
and
don't
here's
know
the thing.
enough about it. When you're a diabetic, does that mean you can't have sugar sometimes, or how does that work?
Just means
If
not
you're
producing
Depends on the types.
If you're taking insulin, like, yeah, exactly. It depends on the types. And if you have insulin and maybe you saved your sugars for the day because you know you're going to be doing something special. So here's the thing. Unless you know about a diabetic's medical plan, like intimately, like they've shared that with you, keep it to yourself.
Boom.
That's great advice.
That's how I feel. That's how I
That's
feel.
great
on that.
advice. So I have learned something today. So definitely.
Nice.
So to answer your question, Jimmy, yes, you can take a little bit more insulin to counterbalance the sugar. So
Okay.
yeah.
I think if I could say, like, for people out there that don't quite understand, I think at least with type 1 diabetes, so that's one thing too, understanding the different types. It's like different types of cancers. Some people need treatment, some people need other things. With type 1 diabetes, essentially the food that you consume, or if you want to get more technical and talk about carbohydrates, but let's ignore that. Let's say when you eat food, your brain needs that, and your body makes insulin to send that to the brain. And type 1 diabetics either don't produce enough, or maybe their pancreas is completely dead and don't make insulin. So you manually have to put that in. So it's like just thinking about, you can eat anything, but then you've got to think about, like, okay, this lolly equals 1 unit of insulin. This lolly equals 5 units. So people prefer to eat things that aren't high in sugar, so they don't have to keep calculating and injecting more. I mean, if I drink water, I don't have to inject anything. So why do I want to drink full strength cola instead when I could drink water and not have to worry about injecting to match it? So that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, or if you want the soda, like I really enjoy soda. So
I'm
instead
drinking
of
soda.
having full octane soda, I have diet soda. And there's and people go on and on about, well, phenolphthalein, and they go on and on, but you're gonna have cancer and you're all this crap. And it's like, well, first one, I have to die something, okay? And two, if you live long enough, you probably are gonna develop cancer because cancer is just a rogue cell and all this. So can you accelerate that? Of course. But you know what? If you spend some time outside, you're probably going to develop skin cancer eventually. So I mean, I get really upset when people tell me what I cannot eat.
Yeah, I can
Enjoy
understand
it.
that. I guess I just did not know enough about diabetes at all. I have actually learned something. So
And that's
The more you know.
So
If I've learned anything,
and
it's
knowing's
that
half
anything
the
can give you
battle.
cancer.
G.I. Joe.
when you say that,
guys,
that's also true to Asia, because Asia, it's not that big in Asia either. So a lot of people get confused about type 1 diabetes because they've only really kind of got insulin to help people either through pregnancy or through, I guess, diet. So a lot of people get confused as soon as they hear diabetes in Asia. Oh, eat a raw food diet, you're fine. It's like, that would kill me. Like if I don't take my needle.
Yeah,
Nice.
sure.
There we go. Well, guys, we are just about to end here. I want to go around and give everyone a chance to give a final thought. Tell me a little bit about your channel, what you have coming out in the near future. Let's start with Calibre Wings.
All right, Jimmy. Thanks again for having me on the show this weekend. I'm working on a video this week on a custom project that I've done on the Hasbro's F-14 Transformer model from the Top Gun Maverick movie. So I'll be putting that up one of these days this week. And again, for those guys who are interested to check out more on scale models on aircraft, check us out.
Nice. All right. Definitely. Lucy, I know you said you had a couple of channels. Do you have a YouTube channel now?
I do.
Tell us what about your channel name, and I'll put it in the comments later when I actually post that information.
So it doesn't really have we're talking like 28 subscribers. It's a very intimate community over there.
Super intimate.
And it basically is it's kind of like Simon. I just kind of react to things that I'm experiencing in my life. It's very, sometimes I share art that I'm working on, music that I like, this kind of thing. I don't really care about copyright strikes because I'm not monetized, so who cares? It's kind of how I feel. If anything, I promote, a lot of times, if anything, it's like, hey, I really like this song and this is why I like it kind of thing, and let's share it, And coming up, we have a sculpture forest that recently opened here where I live, and I had taken a walk and all this, so I'm trying to piece together the clips and make kind of a thing, and maybe I'll share it with the sculpture park and they can use it to promote themselves. I don't know. We'll see.
There we go. All right. Simon, what you got coming down the pike? Final thoughts, my friend.
What's up, man? Final thoughts. I think if you take a white monkey job, as long as the moral implications aren't dodgy, it's fine. Easy money, whatever. What I've got coming up, I'm about to take this camera into that lit up section behind me and rant about a post I saw on Facebook about someone complaining that since the COVID outbreak, China has changed and they treat foreigners differently, and then it went on to list a bunch of stuff that I think is a bunch of BS. If I can swear, I'll say bullshit. And so I'm going to react to that because that made me angry. It was a stupid post and there was closet racism involved, and so I want to just, vent. I want to vent, and that's what my channel's becoming more and more. I just vent about stuff because I work really hard and I don't always have the energy to take the camera outside the house when I get home.
Boy, I hear that these days.
But yeah, if you're looking for an opinion piece, I'm not afraid to share views that aren't popular or what have you, just because, this channel's becoming my outlet for me to do stuff like that now. And so
there we go.
Coming up next week as well, I've just got permission to film on my campus. I'm going to take my camera to school, talk a little bit about my teaching journey in China and other teaching related topics. Then at the end of this month, I am finally, after a 4-year grind in China, I'm a debt-free man, and so once I hit that milestone, I'm gonna make thank you. I'm gonna make a couple of videos on money management in China, because that's a topic I've got now a lot of experience in, and I think a lot of people could benefit from what I've got to say about that.
Nice. All right, Straya, what do you got coming down the pike, my friend?
All right. Well, thanks again for having us on the thing as I came in at the end of there. Look, I guess final thoughts. Just saying, like, I think don't be afraid to do white monkey jobs. Don't be embarrassed by the concept that people put behind it. If you're out there, you need to make cash or something. Like, give it a shot. Like, learn something new about a different industry or something like that, or a different country while you're at it. If I was going to plug anything of my own, I don't know if anyone's been watching, but I'm taking a short pause on my Straya Guy in China stuff, and I'm actually opening up on another thing, Straya Guy, still doing my collaborations and stuff with everyone else, but there's a little project I've been working on, a little one of my babies that I've kept probably going for about 20 years that I'm now about to start launching. It should be coming out this week or next week. It's called Life's Tough Questions. It's a very exciting program that hypothetical questions that are sometimes normal, sometimes a little bit weird. So
there we go.
Cool.
Indeed.
Nice. Very cool.
Yeah, look forward to
Keep
it.
an eye out for that.
Nice. Well, as always, I have a couple things coming out. I want to follow Burbex's idea on the taxi cab confessions.
Yes.
I took my action camera all over the Shanghai metro. I thought it'd be kind of cool, edgy, and a little MTV-ish. I got home, looked at this footage, and realized it was absolute crap.
Oh.
So that's not happening. But I do have some a video I made with Jamaica Funk, and I'm going to be releasing that pretty soon. But of course, in the meantime, I really appreciate everybody joining me on the Snark Lounge. Like anything else, always carry a can of sardines. You never know when you'll need them. Guys, I want to thank all of you for joining us. And like anything else, we'll see you guys next week right here in the Snark Lounge. Bye-bye.
Peace. See ya.
Peace out.
Yeah.